Hi there, welcome to another episode of the Paint Party Livestream. Happy New Year to everyone. It is the first live stream of 2025 and it's so good to be back with you in the studio today. I apologize for the late start this evening. I was working on some music downstairs and all of a sudden I looked up and it was 6 p.m. my time and I realized, oh, I'm supposed to be on the live stream. So I ran upstairs, actually left my glasses downstairs. But it is great to be with you again in the studio. I hope that you had a happy holiday, a great end to the last year, and the new year is kicked off to a start. I don't know about you, but I have been feeling like it's already a week into January and I am still a little bit behind trying to get caught up. So I'm going to try to take the next week or so just to decompress and pull back a little bit. I ran all the way up to the end of the year, and I usually take the year between Christmas and New Year's to kind of decompress, but I did not do that this year, so things are going. But I am excited to be back in the studio with you this evening. This is, I think, the 155th episode of the live stream, so those of you that have been around before know how this works. This is really laid back. You can participate in the live stream wherever you're watching through the comments. So feel free to make comments as we go through the live stream. Ask questions. I enjoy engaging with you. This is my Learn to Paint journey. About 4 years ago, I started teaching myself to paint. Beginning of last year, I started painting in oils. So I have been learning oils over the last year. I'm finally getting where I can feel like I'm kind of comfortable in the medium, but it has been a little bit of a learning curve and continues to be, but I'm excited to continue that this year. The next probably few live streams I'm going to try to, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 paintings that I've started that are smaller paintings and they're just lying here and have dried. The main paintings, and I want to get them finished up. So that's what we're going to focus on this evening. So if you were here at the end of last year, you may have seen this painting already. You saw the underpainting we did, and we're going to go in and try to finish it up this evening. So let's get started. I'm going to switch cameras over here. Let me pull you to this camera, and then I'll get the other camera set up for my canvas. That way you can see what's going on. All right. Let us see. How's everybody's week going? Welcome. Those of you that are just joining us, glad to have you here. It is hard to get back into the routine after being off work and kind of off the regular routine. But I am glad to have you all here. All right, let's see what we can do with this one this evening. All right. So glad to have you. You can participate in the live stream through the comments wherever you're watching us. So feel free to drop comments. It's so good to always chat with you in the comments. Hey there. Looks like maybe Sexy Magician. I don't know who that is, but glad to have you. It is a long day, especially when we're getting back into the routine. I am trying to set new routines for the goals I have this year, and so I'm trying to figure out that timing and how it all works. Let's see. All right, so let me put up, this is the reference photo that we were working from on this painting, and so that is what we're going to continue working on. Let me also put, no, don't want to do that. My palette here so you can see kind of the paint that I am doing. Hey there, Mom and Dad, good to have you. From Nebraska. Grew up in Omaha, so glad to have you. I grew up in Omaha, I should say. All right. This is the painting so far. Keep in mind that you are on my... I try to lift my tripod up so it minimizes the glare at the top of the painting, but the dimensions will look a little bit off here, but it should be pretty much you're seeing what I am seeing. Let's see. Hi, Mom. Yes. All right. Let me put my gloves on before I get paint all over the place. Man, I haven't touched a paintbrush in probably 3 weeks. So it's good to be back. Kind of, I don't know if I'll remember what I'm doing, but we will figure it out. We'll get some paint. I'm going to put white out here. Let me lift that up so you can see kind of the colors I have. We'll definitely use some white, so we'll get that out on the palette. We'll also use, for sure, some cad lemon. That is going to be helpful for mixing our greens if we need to, especially the bright greens. And then let me pull my little, of course, ultramarine blue. Welcome, welcome. A few more people popping in. Glad to have you. Feel free to chime in the comments if you have any questions or just want to make conversation. And want our burnt umber. It's always helpful. Oh, sorry, my camera's glitching for some reason, not sure. Ooh. All right. Now, turquoise, cerulean cobalt. Where's my turquoise? Turquoise and cerulean, viridian. Maybe. I need to pull up my reference over here. think I'm going to need some turquoise, maybe, and sap green. Trying to figure out, hone in on these bananas a bit. I mixed the greens just on my own, but I'm looking at this color palette that I created a few months ago of the main colors that I have in my, but I want sap green and yellow make this kind of a color, and then the deeper greens are viridian and yellow and turquoise and yellow, and then ultramarine, alizarin crimson and yellow though are, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Maybe we'll put a little bit of that out and we'll just see. We'll just see. Just see. Who knows? Let's see. Are those cleaning wipe containers? Yes. I don't know why they were there. Disinfecting wipes. This was a little restaurant in Puerto Rico when I visited there this end of the summer, and have no idea why. I guess to keep the restaurant disinfected, which is good, but they were sitting there, so we won't do too much detail on them, but we'll see. Okay. I want to, I think, figure out what I want to do with the background. I want it to be fairly dark, so we'll put some of that, and then I want to lighten it up. I want it dark, but I want to allude to the brown. That's back there. So this is gonna be like a purple. So we want to tone that down. And to tone down purple, we need to, of course, bring in yellow. So let's take a little bit of this yellow, see what happens. If we can bring that in, diffuse our purple. Yeah, that's giving us more of a grayish hue, which is just fine. Now, then we can, I think, bring in some more brown. Let's see. Yes, that. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to see, especially if you're watching on a phone or a small screen. It's hard to see my it's hard to see what I am painting, or my reference photo. I don't know. This is like almost a green. Which is good. Now let's see, let's keep mixing this because I want that kind of, I want a lighter brown color, but I don't want, I want it to mix into the, to blend into the background. So yeah, I think this is the color I want. We'll see. Once we get it up on the, might be a little dark, but that's okay. I want to we want to the details, yes. I want to this background to blend in. I don't think I want the I don't want all of the I don't want it to stand out too much. That might be, see, this is where I want to raise you guys up a little bit. I now wonder, I kind of like the, yes, right now is just a hobby. I started teaching myself to paint about 4 years ago, just for fun during the COVID pandemic, and then I've spent the last year kind of learning or trying to learn the oils, to paint with oil medium, as opposed to, I started with acrylics, and it's a completely different game from that standpoint. So I've been working on that, and yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing. And right now it is, yes, it is just a very much a hobby. I kind of like this orangish color, so that's what I'm trying to see if I can get there. Whoops. This is kind of a mess because I don't really know what I'm doing, but you will learn as I do, or we'll figure it out. Yeah, I think I like the lighter color a little better. All right. Hey, Bob G, thank you. Also, I sent you a text, but I got the check today, so thanks for sending that. It got here safely. All right. Haha, I wish it was my pantry. No, unfortunately, not my pantry. Okay, let's see. What can we do? All right, we have this kind of cleaned up. I don't know. We'll see if I like this. It brightens it up, but I wanted to take all that wood and stuff out of there, but we'll see. Now I want to take a little bit of a little white and kind of happy bananas. They are happy bananas. They're happy plantains, and they're about to turn it into something called tostones, which are fried, flattened plantains, and they are delicious. All right, so let's take a little white. What I'm doing here is desaturating this chroma. Because I want to focus on this kind of glare that is on the top of this, how the light is reflecting off the top of this table. Okay, so if we do that, then we should be able to come back. We have kind of that. We want a little bit of this. Now we should be able to come in here. Try to, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to. We shall see now. Oh, it's a little like riding a bike. I'm not totally off the wagon, but a little bit. Like figuring out how this all works again. I mean, how do we make this? Illusion read correctly. That is, now we go from here. All right. Now, we have to see if we can take this. I don't want to put that I don't want to put that plastic bag that's sitting under here. I don't want to put that in there. I want to just make it kind of disappear. So All right. I think we got essentially the right feeling that I want. And then I think we go in with real dark. Want this all dark under here. There. We'll just give the illusion that the trash can is there. And we'll reestablish kind of this handle. Now, isn't it crazy how just a few brush strokes can indicate form? So we're gonna come along here and the lip of this I don't want to get too crazy. All right, good enough. Good enough. Gives us the idea of what's there. There. Okay. Gotta figure this out. It's starting to look okay. Okay, I'm going to quit overpainting this one section and see if I can just do suggest some shape here. I was going to leave it out, but I think it looks too weird to have just this bright orange spot. You have to come again. Now it just looks super orange to me. It almost looks too bland. So I want to make sure that there is some texture back here. I don't want it to jump in front of these bananas. Now let's see if we can just finish off a see if we can do kind of a orangish. We'll see what we can do. Y'all got super quiet tonight, which is just okay. We'll mix this orange and see if we can put some, start to I don't want to do much more than just the basic shape here. So that we can I just want to kind of suggest the label. I am glad that it is relaxing. People have told me that. I don't understand it because I watch painting videos, but usually it's like a tutorial and it's quick. I want, okay, what is the information this person is sharing? It's not just to sit and watch someone paint. But I think that's cool that it's relaxing to people. And then they feel connected to, I guess, to the to me and to the time. That's really cool. There, I think that gives the illusion that I want. I don't want too much more, I don't think. Then there's some orange spots that are Anywho, okay. Okay. Now we have it's pretty clear what we have there is a antiseptic or whatever they're now we're going to do this one. We're going to make him almost, see if we can disappear. We'll take a little bit more of that yellow. And we'll take some white. Mix the yellow so that not too. There. Hopefully that suggests what we want to suggest. I think that works. What do y'all think? Okay, now that we have those done, let's see if we can take another. I think I'm going to take this brush, dagger brush, and when I put in the bananas the first time, I just kind of dumped them in there. But let me go back and see if I can actually do some intentional work on the bananas. Bananas. curious about this. Alizarin crimson, and I would think this would make an orange. Not, yeah, that's wrong. That is wrong, and I messed up my brush now. Let me see if I can clean it real quick. That's crazy how quickly this. Dun, dun, dun. This is why I end up with all these paintings half done, because coming back and doing all the little detail work. Sap green and yellow ochre. Okay, let's take a little yellow ochre and some sap green. Let's make kind of a that is kind of that in the middle green. Okay, this is pretty. Now, what we want to do is start to carve in where the bananas are. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Okay, now I'm pretty happy with the shape of this bundle. So now the key is figure out where we have this sap green and we have a yellow and sap green, cadmium yellow, I think is good. Cad yellow and sap green. So this will be our kind of that. Bright, almost a highlight color. Okay. Now we need to come in on the edge of these. This is the difficult part here, is choosing how to highlight, because if you highlight everything then nothing is highlighted, and if there's no variation in the highlights then it's really difficult. There's also figuring out like how to show what's in front of what. What's catching the light super bright. All right, now let's see if we can take a little brown, dark brown, and we'll just see if we can do a little bit of detail, which is the bruises on the then can we put the suggestion of like the little well, we can also put in some defining shadows. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate the encouragement. It is fun to experiment. And we still have a little time left, so we'll just keep, because I think once I kind of have these bananas really once we really get them putting a little bit of shape around these. Really helps to Notice how dark. I'm bringing in this almost black pigment to hey there, Jeffrey. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. By using these shadows to kind of carve in some, gives us that depth that we're looking for. Some brown kind of I'm not sure now. I think kind of a, maybe this color. I need a variety of variants to bring in so that I have some. Because this just looks like a mess over here. So, how do I get this? I think I need some, this kind of. We just keep going back and forth until we find the right. Then I don't know. Y'all, this is messing with my head a little bit. Thanks. Little by little, I feel like they're starting to get there for sure. The challenge is once you're, like for me, once I'm looking at something for a certain amount of time, it starts to all blend in, and I don't know if the thing I'm doing is making it better or worse. So that's the big challenge for me. Now I put in some browns, as you see, kind of oranges, which you don't really see that in the but now I'm trying to go in and put some very definite kind of blue-green tones in, because you're going to have that blue-orange, which is pretty, and the yellow kind of, hopefully the goal is you don't really see it. Or you don't notice it till you get up to the painting, and then you're like, oh wow, I didn't know there was orange or purple or blue in there. See how that blue and this orange it gives like real illusion of shape. Start to see some cool shapes. So that's the goal. Anywho. And then your highlights really stand out pointing up here. Now, let's see. I want to come back again. That almost turquoise. Let's do this. I took some turquoise, which is almost electric green and yellow, and then we want to, I think, do some of our brightest, craziest highlights. We want to be that, because I really want it to pop off the canvas. The key is, if we want to pop, if we want the highlights to pop, then we need to have the mid and low lights really vibrant. and we'll let it sit, see what happens. I like, you can't really see it, but if I zoom in, maybe at the end I can, which we're getting close to quarter till, so not close, we are at a quarter till. So okay. Yeah, I feel like the eye is drawn up here, which is what I want. And when it comes out here, I want it to be sucked back in. And this subconsciously points up, and these lines all draw in to there. So that's kind of what I want. So it's going the right direction. Now, let's see what we can do with just a few minutes left with our, okay, we already did the dark, we did green. So let's take a, see if we can take a brush, another brush. See what, if there's any thing trying to see now, maybe with this. We'll reshape this a little bit. Let's see if we can. I'm stepping back a little bit, except now I can't see because I don't have my glasses. But I think doing there. It's been, I wonder, let's see. Oh. Okay, we have 8 minutes. Wondering. Yeah, that looks pretty cool to me. It's a little bit darker than the original, but it gives it that life that is. And again, it draws the eye here, which draws the eye there. So now I want to find a very specific liner. Let's see if we can do very, very we can just a little. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, now we want to do a catch where the light just catches the edge of the machete. Now, that looks too weird, so we need to take now a little bit of blue. We need to blend this in just a little bit so that it is you want these marks that look like tarnished, kind of, that there's marks on the What do y'all think? It feels like this is unfinished. Does that feel the same to you? What do you all think? Do you all feel like this is unfinished? I appreciate it. I just feel like this is finished, but this doesn't look, I think it needs some more like this kind of stuff, but I think I can do it quickly. So if y'all will bear, we're at the end of the hour, but if you'll just bear with me, I think we can pretty much get this one done. Yeah, it looks plain. I agree. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can draw in some illusion of some detail that's not really there. Because that's basically what we did down here, was we drew in a bunch of detail that wasn't really there. And maybe it's just putting some texture and dulling it down a little bit, but at the same time, I do think that helps, kind of that darker color. Let me see. This is the hard thing, because now we have all this painted in, and you have to try to make it look like you didn't paint around these things when you did. But I definitely like the darker here. It points there. All it is giving character, white to add, or black to add cracks. Yes. Now, I think you're right. So let's try. We can't do white, but on that dark, if you do something like mid-tone, it will look much brighter. So we can do like something like this that will maybe, and we'll see. Because all we need is the suggestion of some boards. We don't really need the boards back there. And then what we can do is we can take this and do kind of a shadow underneath it so that it looks, maybe, we'll see. We'll just try it. That's the good thing about oils, is you can always blend it in or blend it out. I don't know. You can't really see the detail. But again, it's that suggestion of, like, there's something going on there. There's some texture, there's some look good with the lighter. At least from a distance, it's hard to see a close-up look at it. Yeah, and it's hard also for me to tell if what I'm doing is actually good, because it's, I think what worked down there was a variety of colors, and because then you get natural highlights in different spots. So we'll just, I think we'll do like we did down here. See, there's all these different colors that are I think this little bit does, it's just enough of a visual distraction to point there. So I think that works. I don't think it needs a whole lot more. Let's see, just some. Yeah, I'm going to quit messing with it. That's it. Oops. Let's see if I turn that off, then you can see a little bit better how it is without the glare. So, all right, I may do some more to that, but I'm very happy with this and with this. So I'm just going to leave that. That's good. And this is much better than that bright color that was on there. So, yeah. Good, good, good. I'm just gonna not do. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate you popping in. All right, I am going to bring you all back to center. Get rid of this, and then I will turn my camera around. Next week, we will be back here in the studio, same time, Monday evening. 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time here in the U.S. And so, if you are free, you're welcome to pop in and hang with us for a while. All right, now let's go back to here and let me show you what we have, if I can keep from putting my fingers in it. All right, that is the painting. It's hard, I start to get a glare if I turn it too much, but you can see if I hold it up close, look on the bananas, you can see the texture. There's not a lot of detail, which is crazy, but I love that kind of brushwork that is chunky, and when you get up close, you can see a bunch of different colors, and so that is what we have. So I am pleased with that. Thank you so much. Oh, shoot. I just put that right up against my, I don't think we have any major catastrophe. But I'm going to put it down before I create a mess. Well, I am pleased with that. Again, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, if you would like to see progress photos or pieces that I'm working on or finished in this case, you can check out paintings at on Instagram. I'm at Stephen E. Rice, Stephen with a V, middle initial E, R-I-C-E, on Instagram. And yeah, that is it. Next time we will probably work on some more of these paintings that are here that are mostly finished, like this one that we did before, the palm tree one. I think there's just some final work. There's quite a bit of work to do on this one still in Old San Juan, so we will keep working as we go. And there's some other ones that are kind of a mess, like this one of the Badlands here in the Black Hills, that I don't know how to fix, but I want to work some more on that. So again, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great week and a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Good night.